here's the deal. We're back in here at a spot we came to yesterday, called up some coyotes and just couldn't seal the deal on them. So we back for revenge this morning. I'll spin this camera around and show you where the coyotes are. This is just a dead-end logging road. Those coyotes were off the left-hand side of this road, about 300 yards down from where we're at right now. So the wind's coming back over the top of the camera, blowing down the road back to us. So we're gonna get in here just before we get to where those coyotes are. We'll stop probably 200 yards shy of them, and we'll just cut in just off, get across the ditch, get where we can see a little bit out here in these pines, and see if we can get them called up and get a little revenge on these goats. All right, we're only about 75 yards off the gravel. Got a good wind. There's some water back here to our left. Wind's blowing out over that water. Start out with some juice, lonely owls. See if we can get something fired up in here. Coyotes are howling straight through there. They're a little deeper than they were yesterday, but not much. Coyotes are about 500 yards from us. All right, fill y'all in on what we're doing. So we were set up about 75 yards off that gravel. Sat down, howled, juiced lonely owls. Coyotes answered. Nearest coyotes are about 500 yards from us, and then there's some more about 700 yards. So in these woods and thickets, they usually don't come very far. We're gonna cut the distance down about half. So we're gonna go about 250, maybe 300 yards towards these coyotes and set up again. Got a right to left crosswind. Wind's coming right here. Coyotes are in here. So I'm just gonna go straight in, keeping those coyotes out to my right hand side. And when we get about 200 yards, 200 to 300 yards from where we've got them pinned, we'll set up, and that'll give us a good wind for where they're at. That's the plan. Let's see how well it works. All right, we're set up 200 yards from the nearest group where we pinned them at. Gonna go to some bougie, lonely owls. See if we can get them killed. Somebody better kill him. Ain't a giant bodied coat, but it's an older male. Shoot ya. Another one down, back-to-back stands, and I think we can get more out of this deal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a quick little recap. Kyle just shot this coat. We killed one on the last stand too. And there's several coyotes in this block. We done just what we told you, moved a little bit closer. Got set up. I went into Bougie Lonely House, I believe. And then I went to Shabougie House. Then I went right in from those adult houses. We had an adult answer us out here, about 300 yards out. I went right into Pup House. I played Flip-Flop Whiny House and Flip-Flop, followed Flip-Flop Whiny with Flip-Flop Cry Out. And no sooner than Cry Out finished playing, here this male come, busting in here on us, and Kyle knocked it down. So y'all stick with us, because it ain't over with yet. What do you think, Killer?
MFK, baby. All day.
That's it. How about it?
Sir. All day.
Fun stuff. All right, on to the next stand. Killed coyotes on the last two stands back to back. We're gonna try to keep it going. We got coyotes located in here in a creek bottom. We're about, we got about a half-mile walk to get in here to them. We're gonna drop in this creek bottom with them. Have a thicket on both sides as usual. Try to call these coyotes down that SMZ creek bottom, put them right in our lap, and kill another one with the shotgun. All right, we made it into the creek bottom and got set up. Start out with some howls. Hopefully they'll locate. See if we can make something happen. Coyotes are in the thicket on the east side of this creek bottom. All right, I think y'all could hear those coyotes answer us. What we're gonna do, we've been sitting there about 10 minutes or so. Nothing's shown up. So we're gonna make a move on these coyotes and ease towards them a little ways and get set up again. Hopefully get them killed. See what happens. Well, I guess we should have kept our seat about 2 minutes longer, because no sooner than we got up to move on these coyotes, we made it just a little ways and heard one yip out here, just right on top of us. I had time to get the camera on. I could hear the coyotes coming. And a big male come up here. He actually saw me, but we had the wind on him. He didn't know what I was. He went to growling and kind of huffing. Anyway, Kyle was able to get his gun up. I got the camera on him. I think he got behind a tree just before he shot, but we ended up getting a kill out of the deal anyway. I wish we'd have just sat down for a second or two, but we're going to show you this coyote and then we'll make a move on the rest of them. It was a split group, so I think we can get back on them again. But we'll take a look at this coyote and then get on them again.
Male.
Big male. I thought that's what he looked like. He probably was. Way that he had looked on him when he was
Deep growling.
growling. All right, so there it is. I think started out with some bougie howls. They answered. Sat there and went into some hoodlum pup howls and waited a minute or two. The coyotes, the reason we were going to make a move is because they were up this finger, and there was a divider between this finger that they were in and the one we were sitting in, but they wide together down here. Anyway, long story short, I guess we should have sat there just a few minutes longer, but it worked out, and we heard them coming before they got there. Another coyote.